So let's just jump into it. The $50 note. It was, I think you were the one who broke the news, was it, earlier this year, saying that we're going to have a $50 note, 100 and 200, of which the bank then said the 50 was coming. What have you made of it so far?
Well, when I joined the Monetary Policy Committee in September 2019, I think it's right here, we only had about 400 million RTGS dollars in circulation in the form of banknotes. That was in the form of $80 million of coins, and the balance, $320 million, I think in $2 and $5 notes. And that represented about 5% of money supply, in what we call M0. I said to the bank, what would they normally expect to have circulating in the form of liquid cash? And they said probably around about 10 to 12% of total money supply. And I asked them what their plans were to basically try and get the local currency into circulation as quickly as possible. And we then, at that stage, agreed on a program over the next couple of years to increase the volume of cash which was available for transaction purposes, and at the same time to increase the size of denominations. And the danger at that point was that if we did issue a new banknote, people would hark back to the days of Gideon Gono, when he was printing cash literally in uncontrolled volume and was issuing this cash as real money into the marketplace, with the consequence that the currency collapsed. In fact, it was destroyed by that activity. And we had massive inflation, and we were forced eventually to abandon the local currency altogether. The difficulty then was to persuade the authorities that we could avoid those pitfalls and introduce these new currency notes in such a way as to not increase the volume of cash available in the marketplace. And the only way to do that was to print the new notes and to sell them at full face value to the marketplace. So at that stage, we agreed on a program, and I think the 10, 20, and now $50 notes were the result of that. The problem with that was to then get the authorities to approve this. And as these notes have to be approved by the president personally, that's constitutional. And it's taken a long time to get these notes contracted, designed, approved, and now issued. So this $50 note is only the third stage in that program. Already we now have, I think the last figure I saw was something close to $3 billion of cash in circulation. So we've been able to increase the paper currency in circulation by at least fivefold in the past 2 years. And that process will continue. I'm sure the $100 bill is in the pipeline, and I'm sure ultimately the $200 will emerge. I think everybody ought to note that a currency like the yen, which is exactly the same as the Zimbabwe dollar, it's worth about 100 to 1. The top currency note there is 10,000 yen. So we've got a long way to go before we get to the point where we have reasonably valued